The Shoshone, known for their resilience and deep connection with the land, trace their origins back thousands of years, emerging from the intricate fabric of Native American history. They are believed to have split from other Uto-Aztecan-speaking tribes centuries ago, migrating across the rugged terrains of the Great Basin and beyond. As they journeyed through vast mountain ranges, expansive plains, and desert landscapes, the Shoshone developed distinct lifestyles adapted to their varied environments, laying the foundations for a culture steeped in survival, spirituality, and ingenuity. Echoing with the whispers of oral tradition and historical memory, the story of the Shoshone invites curiosity and wonder. How did these adaptable and resourceful people thrive amidst such diverse and often harsh climates? What significant events carved their path through the tumultuous chapters of early American history? Their journey is a blend of resilience, culture, and survival, forming a narrative that captivates the imagination. Here are 15 fascinating facts that uncover their incredible story. Fact number 1. The Shoshone were divided into different groups, each uniquely shaped by their environments. The Shoshone people were historically divided into 3 main groups based on where they lived: the Northern, Western, and Eastern Shoshone. Each group adapted to their unique surroundings, with the Northern Shoshone primarily in Idaho and parts of Wyoming, the Western Shoshone spread across Nevada, and the Eastern Shoshone living on the high plains in parts of Wyoming. These divisions influenced their lifestyle, diet, and social practices. The Northern Shoshone, who lived in more forested and mountainous areas, relied on hunting and fishing. In contrast, the Western Shoshone adapted to the arid environment by incorporating desert plants and small game into their diet. The Eastern Shoshone, who roamed the plains, were known for their buffalo hunting, especially after acquiring horses. These geographical and environmental distinctions shaped each group's approach to survival and community structure, reflecting the adaptability of the Shoshone people. Fact number 2. The Shoshone language, part of the Uto-Aztecan family, links them to tribes spanning North America and beyond. The Shoshone language, part of the Uto-Aztecan language family, connects them to a broader network of indigenous groups across North America and even into Mexico. This language family includes several other Native American tribes, highlighting a shared linguistic and cultural heritage. The Shoshone language itself has distinct dialects that align with the different divisions of the tribe, reflecting the adaptation of their speech to their specific regions. Preserving the Shoshone language has been an ongoing effort within the community. Songs and oral history are crucial for passing down cultural identity and wisdom to younger generations. Modern revitalization efforts, including language classes and digital resources, aim to keep the language alive amid the challenges of a predominantly English-speaking society. By maintaining their linguistic heritage, the Shoshone continue to strengthen their cultural roots and reinforce their historical narratives. Fact number 3. Storytelling was essential for passing down Shoshone history, culture, and values, reinforcing their identity. The Shoshone people cherished a rich tradition of storytelling that was vital to preserving their history, culture, and beliefs. Elders led storytelling sessions, sharing tales that explained natural phenomena, taught moral lessons, and recounted the legendary deeds of their ancestors. These stories were shared during communal gatherings or around fires, serving as both entertainment and a way to pass down knowledge. Central to their mythology was Coyote, a clever trickster whose tales combined humor and life lessons, illustrating the consequences of certain actions. Through these stories, the Shoshone reinforced their connection to their land, spirituality, and community values. Each narrative emphasized respect, resourcefulness, and living in harmony with nature. The oral tradition helped teach younger generations about their heritage and fostered a strong sense of identity. Storytelling ensured cultural continuity, bonding the community together and preserving their shared legacy across generations. Fact number 4. The camas plant was a vital food source for the Shoshone, embodying their deep knowledge of the land. The camas plant was a cornerstone of the Western Shoshone diet and a prime example of their deep connection to their environment. Camas bulbs, which were dug up from meadows and marshy areas, were prized for their nutritional value. Once collected, the bulbs were typically roasted or boiled to create a starchy, slightly sweet food that sustained the Shoshone during leaner times. This foraging practice not only provided food, but also fostered community cooperation. Harvesting camas was often accompanied by communal gatherings where people worked together and shared knowledge about the land. The skill to identify edible versus toxic varieties was passed down through generations, emphasizing the importance of traditional ecological knowledge. The camas plant symbolized the Shoshone's adaptability to their environment and the sustainable practices that supported their lifestyle, embodying their harmonious relationship with nature. Fact number 5. The Shoshone's exceptional tracking skills were crucial for successful hunting and effective navigation. The Shoshone were renowned for their exceptional tracking skills, an ability that was vital for hunting and overall survival. This expertise allowed them to read the landscape and interpret subtle signs left by animals or other humans. With their keen observational skills, they could identify various animal species, estimate their age, determine their direction and speed, and gauge how recently they had passed. This level of proficiency enabled the Shoshone to follow game across diverse and challenging terrains, making them highly effective hunters and providers for their communities. Beyond hunting, tracking was essential for navigating the land and ensuring safety from potential threats, including rival tribes or predators. The ability to track required an intimate understanding of the environment and was taught from a young age, passed down through generations as a core skill. This tradition highlighted the Shoshone's deep knowledge of their surroundings, showcasing their adaptability, resourcefulness, and enduring connection to their heritage. Fact number 6. The Shoshone built innovative wickiups for winter, showcasing their adaptability and ingenuity. The Shoshone's resourcefulness was evident in their construction of winter shelters. During colder months, they built dome-shaped structures called wickiups or wigwams. These shelters were made using a frame of willow branches and covered with brush, grass, and other insulating materials to keep out the chill. The design allowed for quick assembly and relocation, fitting the Shoshone's nomadic needs while providing warmth and protection from the elements. Wickiups were not just practical, but represented the innovation of the Shoshone people in using available resources efficiently. They were small enough to conserve heat, but spacious enough to house a family and their essential belongings. This way of building reflected the Shoshone's knowledge of their environment and ability to thrive in it. Even today, these traditional structures are remembered as symbols of Shoshone ingenuity and adaptability in their historical way of life. Fact number 7. The Shoshone's herbal knowledge supported health and showcased their deep natural expertise. The Shoshone possessed a deep understanding of herbal medicine, which played a crucial role in both their physical health and spiritual practices. They used a variety of native plants for healing, including sagebrush, yarrow, and willow bark. Sagebrush was particularly valued for its antibacterial properties and was prepared as a tea or poultice to treat colds, wounds, and other common ailments. Yarrow was used to stop bleeding and reduce inflammation, while willow bark, which contains natural salicylic acid, functioned as an early form of pain relief, much like modern aspirin. Medicine men or women who held esteemed positions within the community were responsible for gathering, preparing, and administering these natural remedies. Their healing practices often included ceremonies to enhance the effectiveness of the treatments, blending physical and spiritual healing. This profound botanical knowledge supported the health of the Shoshone and demonstrated their harmonious relationship with the natural world around them. Fact number 8. Intricate beadwork was a cherished tradition, reflecting Shoshone creativity and cultural identity. The Shoshone are renowned for their intricate and skillful beadwork, which is deeply embedded in their culture. This art form often features geometric patterns and vibrant colors, decorating clothing, moccasins, bags, and ceremonial items. The designs carried symbolic meanings and told stories, with patterns often passed down through generations. Beadwork served as both an artistic expression and a reflection of identity, connecting the Shoshone to their ancestors and traditions. Creating beadwork required significant patience and expertise. Traditional materials like bone and shell beads were gradually replaced by glass beads after contact with European traders, allowing for even more detailed and colorful designs. The motifs chosen in beadwork often represented elements of nature, spiritual beliefs, and personal experiences. This art form remains an enduring symbol of the Shoshone's creativity and resilience, still practiced today as a way to honor their heritage. Fact number 9. Horses transformed Shoshone life, enhancing their mobility, hunting, and trading practices. The introduction of horses in the 17th century revolutionized Shoshone society. Originally brought to the Americas by the Spanish, horses allowed the Shoshone to cover vast distances with greater speed and efficiency, profoundly affecting their lifestyle. The Eastern Shoshone, in particular, became renowned for their equestrian skills, which transformed their hunting practices and increased their mobility. Horses enhanced their ability to hunt, trade, and engage in interactions with other tribes. With horses, the Shoshone expanded their territory and trade networks, solidifying their reputation as skilled horse riders. This shift marked a significant evolution in their culture, as it enabled new opportunities and heightened status among Plains tribes. Their mastery of horsemanship contributed to their prowess in hunting and warfare, allowing them to adapt rapidly to changing circumstances. The horse became an essential part of Shoshone life, symbolizing strength, freedom, and adaptability. Fact number 10. Buffalo hunting defined the Eastern Shoshone, sustaining their lifestyle and cultural practices. The Eastern Shoshone's relationship with the buffalo was a defining aspect of their identity, especially after they acquired horses. The buffalo provided not only food, but also materials for clothing, tools, and shelter, making it an integral part of their way of life. Hunts were strategic and often involved the coordination of the whole community, showcasing their skill and unity. The introduction of horses made these hunts more efficient and productive, transforming their subsistence practices. Buffalo hunting required significant expertise and preparation. The Shoshone utilized tactics such as herding buffalo into confined areas for easier harvesting. Every part of the buffalo was used, reflecting a sustainable approach to hunting that honored the animal's spirit. This practice underpinned their economic and cultural structure, reinforcing their role as skilled hunters on the Great Plains. Buffalo hunts were essential not only for sustenance, but for maintaining the tribe's social and ceremonial practices. Fact number 11. Sacagawea's role in the Lewis and Clark expedition highlights her bravery and invaluable contributions. Sacagawea, a Lemhi Shoshone woman, holds a significant place in American history for her role as an interpreter and guide during the Lewis and Clark expedition from 1800 to 1802, 1804 to 1806. Captured by the Hidatsa as a child and later married to a French-Canadian trader, Sacagawea's linguistic skills and knowledge of the land were invaluable. Her presence helped the expedition navigate uncharted territory, build trust with other Native American tribes, and ultimately succeed in reaching the Pacific Ocean. Sacagawea's contributions extended beyond translation. Her calm demeanor and knowledge of natural resources enhanced the expedition's survival. She carried her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, during the journey, symbolizing peace to tribes they encountered. Her legacy has become a testament to the resilience and importance of indigenous women. Though historical records vary in detail, Sacagawea remains a symbol of courage, strength, and the Shoshone's rich heritage. Fact number 12. Interaction with fur traders brought new goods and challenges that impacted Shoshone society. The Shoshone's interaction with European American fur traders during the 19th century brought significant changes to their society. Trade relationships provided them with valuable tools, beads, and other European goods that altered aspects of their traditional lifestyle. These exchanges were both beneficial and challenging. While new goods facilitated everyday tasks and enhanced cultural practices like beadwork, they also increased dependence on foreign items. Traders and trappers often passed through Shoshone territory, leading to a blend of cultures and shared knowledge. These contacts sometimes fostered alliances, but also exposed the Shoshone to diseases previously unknown to their communities, leading to population declines. Trade relations were complex, impacting social structures and economic dynamics. While some benefits were gained through new materials and alliances, these interactions also foreshadowed the broader conflicts and cultural disruptions that came with increased European American expansion. Fact number 13. The sun dance was a powerful spiritual ritual symbolizing renewal and unity in the community. The sun dance was a crucial spiritual ceremony among the Shoshone, focusing on renewal, healing, and a connection to the Great Spirit. This event brought the community together to pray for harmony, strength, and blessings for the upcoming year. The ceremony included days of singing, dancing, fasting, and, for some participants, physical endurance that demonstrated dedication and faith. It held a significant place as a communal act that reinforced cultural and spiritual bonds. The preparation for the sun dance required collective effort, involving the construction of a sacred dance lodge and gathering necessary supplies. The ritual's physical challenges were meant to symbolize sacrifice and devotion, fostering a deep sense of unity. The sun dance was seen as a bridge between the human and spiritual worlds, making it a profound and sacred observance. Despite challenges posed by historical suppression, the tradition continues to be celebrated as a testament to Shoshone spirituality. Fact number 14. The bear dance marked the return of spring, celebrating strength, endurance, and community ties. The bear dance was another important Shoshone ceremony that marked the end of winter and the arrival of spring. This annual event represented rejuvenation and renewal, drawing inspiration from the bear's hibernation and reawakening. It included music, drumming, and dancing, with members of the community joining together to participate in or observe the festivities. The dance was a way to bond the community and share stories, wisdom, and hope for the future. Participants believed that the bear dance invited the power of the bear spirit, symbolizing strength, endurance, and protection. The ceremony also served as a time for socializing and storytelling, strengthening communal ties. This event was a reminder of the interconnectedness of the Shoshone with nature and its cycles, showcasing their respect and reverence for the environment. Today, the bear dance remains a celebrated part of Shoshone cultural heritage, honoring tradition and community. Fact number 15. The Bear River Massacre was a devastating event that underscored tensions with settlers. The westward expansion of European American settlers in the 19th century brought significant conflict and hardship for the Shoshone people. One of the most tragic events was the Bear River Massacre of 1863, when the U.S. Army attacked a Shoshone encampment in present-day Idaho, resulting in the deaths of hundreds, including women and children. This massacre marked a dark chapter in Shoshone history, illustrating the severe impact of territorial disputes and military aggression. The influx of settlers disrupted traditional Shoshone hunting grounds and strained resources, leading to heightened tensions and violence. Treaties aimed at peaceful coexistence were often broken or poorly enforced, leaving the Shoshone vulnerable to displacement and loss of territory. These conflicts profoundly affected their way of life, altering their social and cultural structures. Despite these challenges, the Shoshone showed resilience, finding ways to adapt and maintain their identity amid adversity. The Shoshone people continue to thrive today. Despite centuries of challenges, they have maintained their identity and heritage. Presently, Shoshone communities are primarily found in regions such as Idaho, Nevada, Utah, and Wyoming, where they remain connected to their ancestral lands. Through cultural preservation efforts, language revitalization programs, and traditional practices, the Shoshone keep their legacy alive. Their enduring presence stands as a testament to their strength and spirit, reminding us that they are not just a part of history, but an ongoing story of resilience. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more fascinating facts and untold history.